Hey everybody, this is Steven in episode 14 of the Consumer 2020 show. Thank you for watching again, I appreciate that. This time I want to talk about Zappos and what they did to speed up change in their organization. And I want to talk about Google and what they mean with "Thank God it's Friday." Welcome in the show. I know that Zappos has become an overused example in marketing and customer service, but I think they did something really cool a few weeks ago. Even at Zappos, you know, they're having difficulties to implement change and to implement a new organizational design. And apparently the CEO, Tony Hsieh, was a bit frustrated by the fact that it didn't move fast enough. So he did something pretty remarkable. What he did is he sent out a mail to all his employees in which he said, if you don't like the changes that we're facing right now, you can leave the company. And he paid them a bonus of 3 months, 3 months wage. And if you wanted to leave the company, you could get that money and just leave the company. And 14% of the people left. 14%. That's more than 300 people who left the company within a week or so time because they got that financial bonus. And it's typical for Zappos. You know, we all know the example that in the beginning, when he was hiring people, after the first 6 weeks that you were working at Zappos, you had to go back to Tony, and if you didn't like the job, he offered you a bonus to leave at that time. Now he did this with his existing employees. I've never heard something like this. I think it's pretty scary, but I also think it's pretty smart, because if you can leave behind the people that don't want to change, you can speed change as fast as possible. The only concern that I have, and I guess a lot of people from Belgium are also watching this, I was just wondering, what would the unions in Belgium think about such an idea? I'm not really sure if we could ever do something like this in Belgium, but I did want to share the example of Zappos because I think it's pretty impressive. Second thing that I want to talk about today is Google. I recently saw a presentation of one of the employees of Google, and he was talking about the concept that they call "Thank God it's Friday." And it's actually very simple what they do, but it's pretty unique if you ask me. Every Friday afternoon, their top management, their CEO, walks into the cafeteria of Google and they talk about the new things that they did that week to change the world or change the company. They live stream that worldwide among all employees of Google, and every single one has the opportunity to ask questions to the CEO at that moment. And it can be about, how is Google Loon evolving? What are Google Glass doing today? Or why don't we have Pepsi instead of Coke in our fridge? You know, it could be anything that you want, but every week you have the chance to talk with the top guys of one of the leading companies in the world if you work there. I think that's an example of extreme transparency, but also about motivation. The fact that you reach out to people every single week, it's pretty unique. To be honest, I don't know that many companies that do that. Most top managers that I know speak to their employees every 2 months, 3 months, once a year, I don't know. The guys at Google every single week, and by doing so you keep the speed of change in your organization. So it's like adding some internal pressure on your organization by doing that. So just a question for the top managers who are watching this: why not start to communicate in an open way with your employees on a weekly basis to keep the speed going, to motivate them, to be accessible to them? I think it would be very, very valuable. And it's very funny that there's only 1 or 2 companies that I know that are doing that. So I would really like it if more employees or more CEOs would do that in the future. Let me know if you will start doing this after seeing this show. I would really like to see that. Thanks again for watching, guys. This was episode 14 already of the Consumer 2020 show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the stories of Zappos and Google. I hope you will share it. I hope you will subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again next week. Thanks.